Life is sweet. Let it sweep you off your feet.
Hi, this is Allie, and this is Find Your Joy, and welcome once again for another episode. Today I'm going to be by myself, and I'm going to be chatting a little bit about dreams. And what about dreams, you may ask? Well, dreams are many things. We have dreams, we dream about things, we hope for things, and sometimes we get dreams that come as messages. Do we? I think we do. What about you? So I'm going to talk about a few dreams that I've had and how they've come to be, or what my experience of them. Sometimes we have dreams and they could be a warning dream. Sometimes we have dreams and it might give us a little wee peek into possibilities and realms. So today I'm going to talk about an ongoing dream I had for several years that I'm going to call my Joshua dreams. So here's how it went. I had a dream that would come over and over again. And every time in this dream, I would be pregnant. And then all of a sudden, I would have this beautiful little baby boy. And his name was Joshua. And Joshua would be born, and then he would suddenly be a child, more like 2 or 3. And then he would suddenly be growing up quickly. And this was a dream I had over and over again, so much to the point that I thought I was really going to have a boy named Joshua. I was already had kids that were quite a bit older, but this dream, it went on for over a decade, and I just had it repeatedly and repeatedly. And one day I was talking to someone who does some dream interpretations and things like that, and I was telling him about this dream that I had had and that I was continuing to have. And he said to me, I think I know what your dream is about. I said, okay, what do you think my dream is about? He said, do you remember Joshua in the Bible? I said, yeah, somewhat. Remind me. And he said, well, Joshua was a person who spent his life trying to make it to the promised land. And he finally did make it to the promised land, but he didn't till he was like in his 70s or almost 80 years old. I think your dream is about people who are going to be older when they finally are able to realize their dreams or what they were called or born to do. I think that's what it is about. And I heard that, and there was a place in me where it seemed like, that makes a lot of sense to me. It just does. And then I started to look around me, and we had more discussions with this Wes was his name. Wes Campbell. I had that chat with him, and then there was other people. I had talks about this, and I started to really believe for what I'm now calling the Joshua generation. Now, I don't know what anybody else thinks about this or what their experience, or if there's anybody else having this dream or what it's all about. But I'm going to tell you that I believe strongly that there is right now a Joshua generation. And what I'm going to say about that, or how I'm going to explain that, my best understanding is this. Far and wide, we are seeing people who are older. I'm 63. I'm going to say anybody 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and on up, who are really starting to see what they were created for. They are starting to have a realization of what is possible. There are things that they have been working on their whole lives and had almost given up on, and suddenly, it seems sudden, not really so sudden, of course, if you've been working on something for 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 or however many years, and suddenly it starts to come to fruition. It doesn't seem very sudden, does it? However, what I'm seeing is people who are, some things, it is sudden, like they are just very quickly or suddenly or at a later stage in their life, finding something that they are quite interested in and finding that they excel at it. That there's something that is about it. It's lighting a fire in them, a passion in them. I'm seeing other people who have recording artists who have been working their whole lives and suddenly coming out with probably their best CD or their best music that they ever have. And this is a woman that I know, she's in her 60s, and she's coming out with what I would consider her best album ever. And I've seen other people who are starting to paint, they're starting to write, they're starting to travel, they're starting to teach, they're becoming TEDx speakers, they're becoming motivational speakers, coaches. I mean, the field is wide open. And so I find it amazing to me that this dream that I had, and it just kept coming over and over. And I'm just going to guess, because of the way these things work, whether this is something that you believe in, it's an energetic force that travels throughout the world, the universe, God. I don't care what people think, where things come from. What I'm experiencing is that it's more than just me. And when I see things that are more than just me, or more than just the people that I know personally, when I see something that seems like it's far and wide, then I think it's time to take notice. So here's the thing. Are you part of the Joshua generation? Is there something that has been a burning desire in you, and you're starting to feel like, maybe you're feeling like it's too late? Maybe you're feeling like it's just in time. Maybe you hadn't even dared to dream about what could be possible. What are the things that you could hope for? I can tell you that since I've turned 50, I have gone back to college and got an advanced diploma in human resources management, then went on to have a career that I absolutely loved, then sadly had a car accident where I sustained a significant brain injury. That took me quite a few years to heal from. And I can't go back to the work that I used to do because I can't do anything for longer than about a half an hour or an hour. Like, I'm going to be great during this conversation, but at the end of it, and if you see me do, when you hear podcasts that I do, you notice that anything after about 30 minutes, I start to really fade out and all of that kind of stuff. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because I can do this, and I can do this for as long as I can do this, rest and do it again. So I can say, for me personally, I have, and since my accident, a thing that I would have thought it did devastate me for a while. But since then, I've started to paint. I've started to write. I've been a co-author in 3 books, and I've authored my own book. I'm just starting to partner with my niece, Carly Fallon, now, and we're going to be very soon this year having these amazing children's books come out, and I love them. I'm so excited about them. I've gone and got a diploma in holistic integrated creative art therapies, and then now I'm just finishing up an advanced diploma in sound and vibrational therapies. Now, even those things, I need to do a modified program because my brain, it doesn't hold the information very well. That's okay. I'm still doing that anyways. I'm still going forward. I'm still doing these things. And that's what I'm talking about, is I'm part of the Joshua generation, and I'm excited. And what I'm really excited about is you, people who are listening right now. And maybe you're not really sure what your part in it is going to be. I'm going to invite you to start paying attention to that small inner voice that might be gently whispering to you, hey, what about this? Have you ever thought about that? You know how you've always wanted to do this thing or that thing? Maybe now's the time. Because let's face it, if you're at, like me, I'm in the last third of my life, or definitely the last half, I'm running out of time to try things. I'm not saying I'm going anywhere real quick, but, the chances that I've got another 63 years, highly unlikely. If I do, I'll make Guinness World Book of Records. Won't that be great? But here's the deal. The Joshua generation is rising up. It's not too late. It is not too late to do the thing. It is not too late to explore everything that your heart has ever desired. It is not too late to become even more magnificent at a completely new thing. It is not too late. In fact, it's right on time. It is absolutely right on time. It's kind of like catching a bus. If you come too early, the bus is not going to be there yet. If you come too late, the bus may be gone. This is the exact right time. And while I'm using the bus analogy, I think I'm going to kind of almost not backtrack, but correct myself a little bit here. Because if you miss one bus, there is going to be another bus coming. So if you think that it is too late to do fill in the blank, it's not. And if you're 20, it's still good timing. If you're 60, it's good timing, because this is the time to reach for your heart's desire. We have seen in the last few years people be shut down. We've been locked up. We've been unable to do a lot of things, a lot of us. But in that time, what I have found is that people explored things because they were forced to, right? We were in this little place where we couldn't really do much distraction. We couldn't be distracted like we used to be. So I found that a lot of people have started to do things, garden, start a little thing where they bake, but really fancy baking stuff, or start a whole new thing. My girlfriend started to make organic, vegan, sort of like ice cream bars. They're phenomenal, and they're completely made out of vegetables with some flavoring things for sure, but they're vegan and they are absolutely out of this world, incredibly delicious. So Joshua generation, rise up, embrace this, whatever your age, whatever your time in life, the time is now. You know, my brother John, very sadly has had a terminal diagnosis, and he inspires me. He's always inspired me. He's just a really positive guy. He's a focused guy. He's a determined guy. He's always wanted to do everything he does the very best he could. He'd probably like to do it better than you too, because he's that guy. That's okay. I love him. And he might even do it better. But he's been like, since he was married, he decided that he wanted to be the absolute best husband that he could be. And that's what he's done. And him and Candace are like this incredible team. And he made sure that every Valentine, he wrote a book called It's More Than Just Flowers and Chocolates, because he made it his goal to make every Valentine's Day better than the one before. And he had her on scavenger hunts and like just unbelievable things. He cross-stitched or something, a picture of them. Like he just was always doing all of these things. So now, why does this matter right now? Because he, last May, so, you know, coming up on a year now, he was given about a year to live if he did this very aggressive stuff to try to prolong and do what they could to slow down the growth of this very aggressive brain tumor. And so he's done all of that, and he's doing remarkably well, but he's terminal. And he said, hey, it's kind of weird to know that you're dying. Like we're all dying, but when you know you're dying, there's no time for crap, right? Let's just like get on with this thing. And he has decided that he's not only going to live his best life, but in this time, while he is preparing for death, he's making sure he does that, the very best that he can do. And so he's getting his book out there. He's giving it away for free. John Perry, go look for him. He's a salesman extravaganza. Like the guy is really brilliant. And he's done a lot. Why I'm saying that is because we just never know when our end is coming. Some of us go quite suddenly, some of us don't. But here's the thing with my brother John, is that he's just doing phenomenal things with this small amount of time. And he's part of the Joshua generation. It's amazing to me, when he knew he had this little bit of time, he lives in Alberta, he came to BC to visit, and a bunch of us gathered, and he just wanted to make sure he made the most fun memories he could with his family. It was such a gift to all of us. I'm so grateful for that. So here's the deal. It's never too late. It's right on time, whatever it is. Go find the thing that you want. Go live brilliantly. Go explore. If you don't know yet what it is you want, go explore and find that thing. Have your best life. Grab it. just squish every drop out of it that you can, because this is not a dress rehearsal, folks. This is the real deal. And the Joshua generation, we are rising up and we are coming out with brilliant things. I can't wait to read your books. I can't wait to see your paintings. I can't wait to hear your songs and see your gardens, watch your videos. I am so excited for all of you. And hey, if you're one of those people, if you've got something so fabulous going on, I would love to hear about it. And I would very much like to have you as a guest on my show. Go to alleywayart.com or alleywayart@gmail.com. Find me. I really want to hear your stories. So that's it for today. This is Allie. Please, please, please go find your joy, because we are limitless beings. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you found a piece of your joy in this episode, I would love to hear about what came up for you so that we can continue to grow the impact of this show. Thanks again. See you soon. And remember, find your joy.